underneath the bridge where the water flowed through. So happy just to see you smile underneath the sky of blue on this new morning, new morning, on this new morning with you. Can't you hear that motor turning? Automobile coming into style, coming down the road a country mile or two. So happy just to see you smile underneath the sky blue on this new morning, new morning, on this new morning with you. The night passed away so quickly. It always does when you're with me.
Good morning. It is Saturday and it is time for story time. And I just have to say, if you were with us last week, we had a story time all about the weather. And there was sun and there was rain and there were clouds. And I have to say that today in Pittsburgh, fingers crossed, we are going to have a sunny, beautiful day. And I'm glad that you're here. And so I'm going to start with a song. You know the tune. Some of you now know the words. Here we go. Good morning to you, good morning to you. It's story time on Saturday. Is anybody here new? Now I have a list of some friends that I haven't said hello to yet. Rosie and Elena and Beatrice and Addison and Tallulah. And then we have some other friends. I'm hoping Freddie's out there, and Lucy and Bubba and Chisa. Good morning to all of you. So if you are new, let us know who you are. Put your hand up once if you're new. And if this is a time, if you've been here lots and lots, you can put up 2 hands. So here we go. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. It's story time on Saturday. Is anybody here new? So put your hand up if this is your first time, and maybe later on your grown-up can let us know who you are. If you've been here for a while, it is so good to see you, and it is so good to stretch. All right, second verse. Good morning to you, good morning to you. It's story time on Saturday. Let's read a book or two. And you know me, I like to have a theme. And so our theme this week, see if you can look at the covers. Our theme this week is friends. It is a holiday weekend, and usually on holiday weekends what we do is we get together with friends. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more as we go along with story time, but that is our theme today, so let's sing that again. Good morning to you, good morning to you. It's story time on Saturday. Let's read a book or two about friends. All right, last verse. If you want to, I think you should. I can't really stand up with the camera, but if you would like to, I think you should. Get those legs bouncing. Here's the last verse. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Before we get started, let's hop like a kangaroo. Hop, 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 hop. We'll do it again in case you weren't standing up. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Before we get started, let's hop like a kangaroo. Hop, 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 hop. Awesome. I have a new song. I think it's really sweet. And I want to try it. So this is a song, and it's called I Will Find It If You Can Hear Me. And it has instructions, and I think you're going to enjoy it. So let's listen. We're going to do it twice. But before we read, let's do this. I think you're going to like it. xylophone.
If you can hear me, touch your head. If you can hear me, blink your eyes. If you can hear me, air high five. High five. And if you can hear me, clap 3 times.
1, 2, 3.
2 thumbs up if you're ready to see. Imagine there's a book in your hands to read. Open it up, say hello, friends. Storytime, sing along, starts again.
Isn't that fun? I'm going to do it again, okay? Now I think you have the hang of it. So we're going to try that again. I'm going to try to sing along. Not that one, not that one. Here we go. Ready? If you can hear me.
If you can hear me, touch your head. If you can hear me, blink your eyes. If you can hear me, air high five. High five. And if you can hear me, clap 3 times.
1, 2, 3.
2 thumbs up if you're ready to see. Imagine there's a book in your hands to read. Open it up, say hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
Storytime, sing along, starts again.
I just think that's a nice little song. We are ready for story time. So as I said, our theme today is all about friends. And I know that you are probably missing spending time with your friends. And it is a hard time and it won't last forever. But it's what we're trying to do right now to be safe and to be healthy, as some of us have decided that we need to not see our friends as much. And that's hard. But one thing that I've done is I've noticed all of the different friends that I have outside my house. And it made me think of this little book called Little Bitty Friends. I don't know what's outside your window, but I've had rabbits and I always have deer. And I've had turkey, and I love my little chipmunks. They seem to have such a good time. So, animal friends. Little bitty steps marching, 1, 2, 3. Those are some little ant friends. Little furry caterpillar, tickle, tickle, knee. I see a little chipmunk right now. Little bitty buttercups reaching for the sky. Oh, isn't that a wonderful picture? Little bitty bird learning to fly. Wow. Little bitty snail peeking from his house. Do you see the snail down there? And isn't that a great homemade tent? That's something we could do. That's not fancy, is it? Little bitty nibble, little bitty mouse. That's something we can look forward to in June because the strawberries will come out. Little weeping willow swaying in the breeze. Little bitty nose, little bitty sneeze. Little bitty chipmunks chattering all the day. Honestly, they do. I think chipmunks look like they have a lot of fun. Do you see them up in the tree? Little bitty ladybug always comes to play. Little bitty turtle on little bitty lap. Look at that turtle. It's another animal that has its house with it all the time. Little bitty rabbits nuzzle while they nap. little bitty rest, little blanky snug. Man's best friend, right there. We love our dogs. A little pick-me-up and a giant, giant hug. And that is the end of Little Bitty Friends. And I think that is a sweet, sweet book. And it is a reminder that we might not be able to be spending time with our friends from school right now, but there are certainly lots of living creatures outside that we can be friends with. So that's Little Bitty Friends. All right. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight into this next book. And I have to tell you, some books I love the pictures and some books I love the words. Some books are just, they're an important story to tell. And this is a book that's just an important story to tell. And it's called Best Friends. Claire and Mary are best friends. And every day when they go to preschool, they give each other big hugs. And they sit together at story time. When they go outside to play, they always hold hands. They both have teddy bears. You are my best friend, Claire tells Mary. Oh, you're my best friend too, Mary tells Claire. But today is Mary's birthday, and Mary gets big hugs from everybody. She sits up to the teacher at story time, and when it's time to go outside, Mary gets to be first in line, and Claire has to wait her turn. So here's Mary at the front of the line with the teddy bear, and here's Claire. I think you know what's happening. At snack time, there's a party for Mary. And there are cupcakes with pink frosting and sprinkles on top. And everyone sings, "Happy birthday to you," to Mary. And Mary gets to wear a golden birthday crown. Okay, so there's Mary. And yeah, you know how Claire feels. I know you know how Claire feels. And at playtime, Claire says, "If it was my birthday, I would have yellow cupcakes with yellow sprinkles. Yellow is prettier than plain old pink." And Mary looks at her pink dress, her pink socks, her pink shoes. And her pink underpants. "You're not nice," Mary tells Claire. "Well, you're not either," Claire tells Mary. "I'm mad at you," yells Mary. "Well, I'm mad at you more," yells Claire. "You are not my friend." So, Mary goes and plays with Caitlin, and Claire goes and plays with Ben. But after nap time, Claire draws a picture. Here's the picture. And gives it to Mary. "Happy birthday, Mary," says Claire. And Mary looks at the picture. "Let's build a teddy bear castle," says Mary. "And we can take turns being teddy bear queen." "Shiny gold is really the best color of all," Mary says. And Claire agrees. When it's time to go home, they give each other hugs. You are my best friend, Claire tells Mary. You are my best, best, best friend too, Mary tells Claire. See you tomorrow. And that is the end. And again, the pictures aren't the best, the words aren't the best, but I gotta tell you something. The reason why these two girls, Mary and Claire, are best friends is that they can get mad at each other and they can forgive each other and they can go on. And that is such an important story. That is such an important thing to think about. Is sometimes we get jealous, we get mad. But you know what? Your best friend, if you say you're sorry, they will forgive you. And that is wonderful. So that is called Best Friends. Which leads us into another new song. Makes me nervous to keep doing more new songs, but this is a fun one. And this is about sharing. And I think that, sharing can be hard. It can be hard to do with your friends, but it's so important and it makes life so much better when you can. So here is a fun song. I would suggest that you find something that you can make noise with, get up, and this is one that we're going to dance to.
Okay, kids. Today we're going to talk about something very important. We're going to talk about sharing.
Woo!
And I've got a song for you. You gotta share with your friends. You gotta share with your friends. Come on. Share toys. Gotta share toys. Share toys. Gotta share toys. Gotta share with your friends. If you get a new bike, you gotta
Share it.
If you get a new game, you gotta
Share it.
If you get a new toy, you gotta share it. If you wanna have friends, start sharing. If you get a new bike, you gotta share
If
it.
you bike, you gotta share
If
it.
you get a new game, you gotta
New
share it.
game, you gotta share
If you
it.
get a new toy, you gotta
New
share it.
toys, gotta share them.
If you wanna have friends, start sharing. Ooh, sharing is fun. Yeah, sharing is fun. Oh, sharing is fun.
Sharing is fun.
Share with everyone. Come on, you gotta share with your friends. You gotta share with your friends. Share toys. Gotta share toys.
Gotta share your toys.
Share toys. Gotta share toys. Gotta share with your friends. Ooh, oh yeah, share toys, gotta share your toys. Share toys, gotta share your toys. Share toys, gotta share your toys. Share toys, gotta share your toys.
Isn't it fun? Fun song. Gotta share your toys. It's hard. It is hard, but it is worth it. This is a book I did not know. It's just called Friends. Kind of look at the cover. Kind of look at the cover here. There's a chicken. Maybe it's a rooster with rainbow feathers, a tiny little mouse, and a plump pig. And this is called Friends. This is an old book, like 1980s. Super old, guys. I love it. It's a new book for me, maybe not for you. So here's the first page. Every morning, when Charlie Rooster strutted into the barn to wake the other animals, Johnny Mouse and Fat Percy were with him to help. Good friends always stick together, they said. When this job was done, they wheeled their bicycle out of the barn and set off for their morning ride. So take a look again. You see at the bottom, there's little Percy Pig. And he's got like a little horn. And there's the rooster. Okay? They could ride together down the roughest paths and up the steepest cliffs. And this is such a great picture. Isn't that wonderful? Do you see them way up at the top on their bicycle? Ooh, it looks like a national park. No curve was too sharp for them on their bicycle, and no puddle was deep enough to stop them. Look at that balancing act. Look at the goats running into the hay. One day, they played a game of hide and seek by the village pond. So there's Mouse, and he's counting. And look at this. This took me a while. Can you find the rooster? Look. Do you see the tail? Isn't that funny? Rainbow tail, looking like a duck. While Johnny Mouse was hiding, he discovered an old boat lying in the tall grass, and he showed his friends. So there's the boat. And they decided to play pirates. Good friends always decide things together, they said. Johnny Mouse took the tiller, and Charlie Rooster opened his wings to make the sail, and Fat Percy plugged the hole in the side of the boat by sitting on it. I do love these pictures. They sailed out in the open water, and as the day went on, they felt brave and bold, and they conquered the village pond. But hunger finally set them back to the shore. So they go back. Now, I want you to look at this next picture. It took me a while, too. I had to look at it because the reflection in the painting. Can you see where Johnny Mouse is? Percy, the pig, is holding his tail into the water. Look what's in the rooster's mouth. I'm not sure they're great at fishing. First, they decided to catch a fish, but their stomachs rumbled so loudly that they frightened all the fish away. I don't think they were going to catch fish with his tail. I love this picture. Then they went looking for cherries, and they shared them. Some for Johnny Mouse, some for Charlie Rooster, and twice as many for Fat Percy. Look! Look who's at the bottom. The tiny little mouse is supporting the rooster and the pig. Johnny Mouse didn't mind, but Charlie Rooster complained. He said it was unfair, so they gave him the cherry stones. Friends are always fair, they said. I love cherries, and I love picking cherries. This happens. They ate so many cherries that they all got stomach aches, and they had to sit for a while before starting back. There they are. We're just sitting. Not doing a very good job. There we go. Can you see them sitting in the grass? As evening fell and the shadows grew longer, they bicycled home. Behind the hen house and near the water barrel, they swore to be friends forever. Good friends always stick together, they said. So there they are. It's dark. Can you see? Yeah. They decided to spend the night in Johnny Mouse's house, but Charlie Rooster got stuck in the doorway. Because that little mouse hole is not made for a rooster. And then Fat Percy invited them to spend the night with him, but Johnny Mouse said he didn't want to sleep in a pigsty. Finally, Charlie Rooster suggested sleeping in the hen house. They tried to rest on a perch high above the ground, but you know what happened. Oh dear. That's a little bit too much weight on that. It broke. So, sadly, they said goodnight to each other and they went to their own beds. Sometimes friends can't be together, they said. But that night, They dreamed about each other the way true friends do. And I just love the pictures, and I love the story, and I love what it says. And you know what's interesting about this book is usually we think about friends and we say two's company and three's a crowd. And it's not often that you get three that work so well together, but they did. They worked really well together. And there are times when friends can't be together, but that does not stop them from dreaming about each other. And I was thinking earlier, I moved a lot when I was little and even when I was older, and I have so many friends that I haven't seen for a long time. And just because I don't see them doesn't stop them from being my friends. And so that's something maybe we can remind each other is, you know, this will pass and we will see each other again, but there are so many things that we can still do to keep in touch. So I think that's a beautiful little book. I think we should probably sing another song. And, well, let's do it. I have another new song. I know, it's a lot of new today, but this is so sweet. This is so sweet. This is called Peanut to My Butter.
To my butter, you're the bumble to my bee. The sprinkles on my cupcake, hey, hey, it's what you are to me.
You're the peanut to my butter.
What goes with salt?
What goes with salt? You know.
Salt and pepper. What goes with pens?
Pen.
We write with pens and paper. What goes with stars?
Stars.
Stars and the moon. I know it's true, and so do you.
And so do you.
So do you. 'Cause you're the peanut to my butter. You're the bumble to my bee. Sprinkles on my cupcake. Hey, that's what you are to me. Did you know that's what you are to me? What goes with baseball?
Baseball.
Balls and bats.
Balls and bats.
What goes with socks?
Socks.
Socks and shoes. Did
Socks
you
and
guess
shoes.
that?
Yes, you did.
What goes with stars? Stars and a moon. I know it's true. And so do you.
So do you.
So do you. Let's do it again.
Okay.
'Cause you're the peanut to my butter. You're the bumble to my bee. Sprinkles on my cupcake. That's what you are to me.
You are to me.
Did you know that's what you are to me? Cause you're the peanut to my butter. You're the bumble to my bee. Sprinkles on my cupcake. That's what you are to me. Did you know that's what you are?
You are to me.
To my butter. You're the bumble to my bee. Sprinkles on my cupcake. That's what you are to me. Did you know that's what you are to me? 'Cause you're a peanut.
You're a peanut. Isn't that sweet? You are the peanut to my butter. You're the bumble to my bee. You're the sprinkles. I love sprinkles on cupcakes. That's what you are to me. Which is such a perfect introduction to this next book. This next book is called Chopsticks. And it's a bit longer. In fact, the last one was long too. But you know what? Its pictures are beautiful. I think the grown-ups are going to like this. There are a lot of puns in here. I think you're going to enjoy it. Perhaps you've met Chopsticks. They've been best friends forever. They go everywhere together and they do everything together. They're practically attached at the hip. No one can remember ever seeing them apart. Nope, nope. Never. So we've got the spoon and the fork and the knife. Having mastered all the basic chopstick moves, they were now learning some fancy new culinary tricks, and this required lots of practice. Now, I don't know if Miss Rebecca and Miss Inger out there watching, but do you see that vegetable? Do you see that vegetable? Asparagus. And that's how it happened. Just like that. Snap! Do you see what's happened? He needs a doctor! Chopstick, here's one of the puns, was quickly whisked away. There's a whisk with a little red cross picture on it. I love this page. The others all waited quietly. No one stirred, not even Spoon. You have to look. The Q-tips have faces. The cotton balls have faces. Everybody's got a face. And the glue says, "It was a clean break. He just needs to stay off it while it sets." Day in, day out, Chopstick never left his side until, here we have all the days of the week. Listen, you need to get out. You need to venture on your own a bit. What could I possibly do without you? Nothing, that's what. You'd be surprised. Go, my friend, and then come back and tell me all about it. Go, chop, chop. Chop, chop. At first, Chopstick was just plain stumped. Then slowly but surely, new and unusual ideas presented themselves. He began to see all that was possible. He shoots, he scores! How do I look? Sweet. You moved. No, I didn't. He was having all these adventures. You see his new adventures? I like the pickup sticks one. Pole vaulting. Woo! Needs a few more minutes. So that's for the bakers out there. Testing the muffin, the chopstick. Indeed, Chopstick had learned to stand on his own. And this changed everything. Unexpectedly, being apart had made each of them stronger. How's the leg? It feels fantastic. And not only that, they realized how many great new things they could now share. Knife knew this revelation, called for a toast. He was sharp that way. To chopsticks! To standing on our own and sticking together. Isn't that, almost makes me cry. It is a wonderful book, and of course at the end there's the final pun. They are playing chopsticks together, which is a song I know you all know. I think that is such a precious book, and it's so true right now. We are having adventures independently. We're not always with each other all the time, but you know what? When we get back together, we are going to be stronger, and we're going to have so much that we can share together. And so, I am getting a little bit weepy. I think about my friends. Thank you. It is a new day and the sun is out. Be with you. See you next time. Bye-bye, guys.